Hey guys, Hydra Hut here, and this is a comic I've never heard of before from a publisher I've never heard of before, written and drawn by guys I've never heard of before, and you know what? I really like it. Yep, I think they're doing a great job. It's a fantasy comic, which we don't see a lot of, and the ones we do see are usually really immature and stupid and poorly done. This is not one of those. This is really good. It's by Stranger Comics. I've never heard of, but you can buy it off their website. They seem to have a recurring character. This chick back here, she's looking at their stuff that they offer. She appears to be in a lot of their comics. She's a good, strong character. I don't know why I bothered bringing it up, to be completely honest. What it's really about, though, is this dwarf here on the front. This cat in the back is a silver elf. If you're into fantasy novels, like the Drift books, whether you read the novel or the comics, I would say this is in that same style of adventuring, sorcery, and tales. Except we're following the dwarf as our main instead of an elf or something like that as our main. Alright, so I highly recommend it. I think you should go out and get it. You'll probably have to go to Stranger Comics' website because I haven't seen this in any stores. My girl Dark Philly introduced me to the company. She was getting some stuff and saw something that she thought I might like. I ended up getting this. If you don't watch Dark Philly's channel, you should. She does good work. Here's a little idea of what the art's going to look like. It's good. It's really good. I like it. It's so nice to see a good quality done fantasy comic. The writer is Sebastian A. Jones and Daryl May. The artist is Sheldon Mitchell. So this Sebastian Jones, I don't know if he owns the company or whatnot, but he appears to write quite a bit of the stuff. Not all of it, but a fair amount. Anyway, before I jump into ruining the plot and everything that's going on, if this sounds like it's going to interest you, it will. And you should just go out and get it. Turn off the video, don't ruin anything, let it all be a surprise, come natural. I think that's the best way to get into this. But if you're still on the fence and you don't really care about spoilers and the whatnot, then by all means stick around. I'm going to get into it a little bit more. This is Erathune. Many years ago, Buxton Stonebeard was banished from his dwarven home amid a shower of blood, but his cursed act demands his soul, and so the outcast must return. So this is an adult story, which is cool too, and I don't mean that like nudity and whatnot, but basically what happened is our boy Buxton, our main guy, him and his brother, they're the sons of the king of this dwarven kingdom. Buxton wasn't in love with, but he loved this female dwarf, right? And his brother lusted for this female dwarf, and he was the cherished son, the oldest son, the one that was going to become the next king. He was kind of a spoiled little rich douchebag, to be completely honest, is how they explain him. But basically, he, for whatever reason, just got taken up with his lust for this chick and just raped her in front of everybody. And they don't show that or anything. This is just kind of alluded to, and all he really says is that he took her. But when they go over the story a couple of times, it's very clear that the dude just started raping this chick in the middle of everybody. And the guy who was betrothed to her was right there watching, and one reason that Buxton's brother did it was to get back at this guy. And Buxton on that day is when he found out he is a Barsarker. I'm guessing they're worried that Berserker was copyrighted or something, so they made their own. It's your classic fantasy Berserker style. He goes into a fit of rage, uncontrollable, mad strong, and that's what he did. Prior to this, he had seen this axe that had been passed down through generation to generation of these dwarves. And what this axe is it's a gift from the gods, but of course, like all gifts from the gods, it's a double-edged sword. But what it does is when it kills somebody, it takes their soul and feeds off of it. But it's constantly demanding more. And basically, the wielder has defeated its own soul or the soul of his own blood before he can put it down. And it was finally put down on this wall, and Buxton went and looked at it and was like, "This is amazing." But that was it. Anyway, when his brother was raping this chick in front of him, he went into berserk mode, and next thing he knew, he was holding this axe. It just appeared in his hand, and he murdered the shit out of his brother, and then the axe disappeared. His dad, the king, by law should have had him punished, but instead outcast him, which Buxton considered to be the crueler punishment. And he basically started wandering the world as a mercenary with his soul harvesting axe. But eventually he was called back, the axe feasting for a particular... Look at some of this, like these expressions. This is very solid work for a company that you've probably never heard of, that I never heard of. It's great. But eventually his axe was thirsting for another soul, and he was forced to come back to the place where he was exiled from. He's also assisting some people to fight a war. I would say this story reminisces kind of with the Drizzt saga, the part where the Mithril Kingdom is going up against the Drow and the Orcs. In this case, it's like ogres and orcs. Pretty interesting stuff, though. Very well done. Highly recommend this story, guys. Can't reckon. See? She's in a lot of stuff. Anyway, check it out. Thanks for watching. Hell Hydra, baby.